Hi, bestie. It's Delight Jones, and welcome to Delight Jones podcast. Okay, I think I don't need to be saying Delight Jones. You already know who it is, and I still I really still mentioned the Delight Jones podcast. Anyway, before I start babbling, this was recorded on a weekend, a Friday night to be precise. So I hope wherever you are having a good weekend. Like you're out, you're socializing, you're having a good time. You're not like me, I'm indoors. I'm always indoors watching a movie or something. I just hope you are living life. And please be careful so that you don't get kidnapped. Okay? So we're going to continue from where we stopped last week. Like I said, we were talking about setting boundaries. And this week, we're going to be talking about setting boundaries in your relationship. You need boundaries. You need boundaries like self-care. Like, that's how you take care of yourself. If you're planning a day for spa, to do your nails, to do your hair, to do this and do that, please have in mind that you need to have boundaries. Take it personal, okay? So, let's go straight to it. Now, I'm reading an article for you. And it says, vocalizing your needs to your partner when you know they won't be happy about them is a daunting task. Bele, if you know where a conflict lies just beyond the words, I need to carve out some more alone time every week, or I don't want to be intimate every day. That imminent friction can be enough to scare you out for saying them. But if communicated with compassion and honesty, boundaries can actually strengthen a relationship, says Lisa Bobby, psychologist and clinical director of Growing Self-Counseling and Coaching in Colorado. They also help decrease your anxiety. A boundary is not about telling your partner what they need to do or change, but saying what they are going to do for your own health, she says. You are setting limits for yourself, she says. You are not controlling the behavior of others. You are telling people what you will or won't tolerate with the choices you make. Here's why it's so difficult to set boundaries and how to do it. I've said it in the first episode. Maybe I said it, maybe I didn't say it. But setting boundaries is never easy, because you're going to have some boundaries that would be so hard to communicate, but nevertheless you would need to communicate them. Okay, if you have a partner that might feel responsible for their happiness, this is something you need to unlearn. Say, Bobby, I've said it. I said you don't need a partner to be happy. That's not why you have a partner. You have to be happy on your own before entering a relationship. You should not rely on your partner for happiness. They are a part of your happiness. The same thing with coming from a family. Those people are a part of your happiness. They are not the reason. They should not be the reason why you are happy. And that's why it's important to find yourself. Find yourself before you become we. Make sure there is an I before a we. Find yourself. It's very important. Have an identity, yes, outside your relationship, okay? Yeah. Setting healthy boundaries is about detaching from the idea that you need to manage someone else's emotion. It just feels like they're preaching. Like, did they preach? What did they do for you? Did they preach? Like, carry on, pastor. It says your job is to take care of yourself emotionally and let other people take care of themselves emotionally. Don't turn your relationship into a dumping ground. Don't turn it into an emotional dumping ground. That's not why we are here. Like I said, and I will repeat it, I'm not saying you should not talk to your partner about your problems or your emotions or what you're going through. That's one thing. But do not make it a dumping ground. Do not expect them to have all the solutions for whatever it is that you are going through. That's not why they are there. Come on. Some of you just date people so that you can trauma dump on them. And then when you expect them to have answers to whatever it is you expect and they don't have the answers, it becomes a problem. Now you're unhappy. Now see, you're unhappy, you're sad, you're thinking you're in the wrong relationship. Why? Because you entered the relationship for the wrongest of the wrongest reasons. And I know it's a whole lot to think about, but please think about it, okay? Thank you. This doesn't mean you would encounter pushback, she says. In fact, you should expect it. That is what makes it so difficult for people to set healthy boundaries. These self-imposed obligations that others should feel good or be happy, she said. If you want to set healthy boundaries for yourselves, that is not always compatible with other people feeling good. An example, if you enter a relationship and you decide you want to be celibate, if you have sex with your partner before, they will not approve. Like, they don't want to know if it's a spiritual calling. They will not approve. Okay, that's one of the things. But you might explain too many times what it means to you wanting to be celibate. But especially if you're the woman telling to the man, because you probably never hear a man say he wants to be celibate in a relationship. It doesn't work like that with them. Okay, so it's mostly the women. Like, okay, that's another topic for another day. But then let's continue with this reading. I'm really enjoying it. It says, you should also expect that if you are in a system with someone who is not in a healthy place, that the system will protest. If you're not toxic and you stay with someone that's toxic, if power jam power, lesser power go bow. And trust me, being toxic is a greater power. You cannot, I don't know how you want to do, I don't know who you think you are, but when you come in contact with a toxic person, you will never know when you start to change. Like, your boundaries will start falling off. To start like away, like straight up. And I think it's important to say this, but I do not think you will be able to have boundaries in a relationship or keep your boundaries in a relationship if you are living with a man. Like, if you are living, you're not going, coming, you are actually living with a man. It's going to be really, really hard. Just have that in the back of your mind. Okay, for example, a partner who brings drinks to cope with stress and expect you to join them might try to trip you into going out with them every time they've had a bad day, despite your preferences. Know this might happen and that you can say no. The system will try really hard to drag that person back into an unhealthy place, she says. You do not have to participate, but expect it. If you, I'll say two things now. If you stay with a toxic person, you are going to be toxic. Like, this is not a peer pressure or something. Like, you cannot even escape it. And if you do not create boundaries before you enter a relationship, you will suffer. Okay, 3 things, because I'm going to say, if you're a people pleaser, you will double over suffer. So please, let's try and understand why keeping boundaries is very important. Okay, all right. So we're going to go into examples of how to set healthy boundaries in relationships. But before we say that, or before we talk about that rather, I want to let you know that when you lack boundaries, it could lead to emotional manipulation from your partner, whether or not it's intentional. That's like having, or rather lacking boundaries can rubbish you. I think that's the language you understand. It can definitely rubbish you. Okay? And the worst kind of people I know are the people that don't know when to say no, don't know how to say no. They will suffer. I have friends that don't know how to say no. And I don't even know how to go about it. I feel like it's something you have to realize on your own that, okay, I need to start saying no. Yeah, and in case you don't know when somebody has crossed your boundaries and you're not sure, you need to learn how to recognize the signs that somebody has crossed your boundaries. But we'll go back to that. So let's talk about 21 examples on how to set boundaries. Yeah, so there are many types of boundaries in relationship as well as boundaries in a marriage. Do you understand that it does not just stop at relationship? You can have boundaries in marriage. And one of the things it can do for you is, one, it can help you establish better communication, and two, intimacy. Yes, that's the second one, intimacy. Some conversations might be easier than others, but it's better they occur with preparation rather than during the tense moments after an argument. That simply means if you're going to talk to your partners about boundaries, you need to you need to prepare to have the conversation with them, because they might not like it. They might not be able to relate to it, but you have to be able to tell them, explain to them, because obviously I feel like you having personal boundaries is different because it's just you, and you having boundaries in your relationship is me and you. Okay, so you have to prepare yourself, and please don't say during a fight. Be fair, like have mercy on your partner. Okay, so examples of emotional boundaries to set. 1, say no. You may find it easier to sacrifice your own needs for your partner out of fear of upsetting them. However, if they ask something of you that goes against your principle, disrespect your time, or forces you to sacrifice something important, it's okay to say no. It does not have to be harsh, but learn to say no assertively. Like, there's this, you people have this idea, some people rather have this idea, especially my gender, like you're a princess, you're a queen, a man should not tell you no. That's if you're going to ask me for something, you should always be saying yes. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't work like that. You would say, you will hear no, you will hear by force, because some of you are very wicked and evil-hearted, and some of the things I hear people ask for, or like people don't have fear of God, but it's not this podcast or it's not this episode we're going to talk about it. Yeah, so please learn to say no. I feel bad for people pleaser because they cannot relate. The hunger to please would not allow them to say no. You cannot catch a people pleaser saying no. They just have to do it. They have to. And I don't know which of my friends will be listening to this podcast, but if you know you have a problem saying no, you could DM me, you could reach out to me. We'll try to solve the problem, and if we cannot, we can take it spiritual. Okay. The second one, refusing to take blame. See, at this time in your life, I don't think you need to be with somebody that cannot be responsible, like someone that's always right. There are a lot of things I can stand and I cannot stand, but if you're someone that always feels the need to be right, they're usually manipulative, like very, very manipulative. Because what you mean by you're always right? You're a human being. You're not supposed to be always right. Okay? So be very careful with people that are always right. It's a very big issue for me. I don't know for you, because I feel like they will not be able to take responsibility because of the need to always feel right. And that's a lot for me to handle. So I just step away from anybody that refuses to take blame. Okay? 3, expecting respect. I'm going to read what it says here because it's something I can relate to. Okay? So it says you deserve kindness and loving communication. If you feel your partner is speaking from unjustified anger or with a disrespectful tone, you are within your right to remove yourself from the scenario. Let them know that if they want to have a conversation, it must come from a place of respect. I feel like this is where I need to work on myself, I have the ability to become very disrespectful when I'm angry. Like my tone, I don't mean insults, I don't do insults, but my tone, I go off. So I do two things when I'm angry. I do two things. One, I clean. I go quiet. I clean the whole house. I cook every like I just distract myself, and when I'm done, I'll be fine. Jiggy. But if I'm not allowed to clean or do something to take away the thing from my mind, I start getting angry. I start shouting. I start increasing my voice. And these past few years in my life, I've been very. In fact, if that sentence or phrase, "angry black woman," I think I should be the person in front of the line. That's where I deserve to be. Yeah, but I'm getting better. I'm feeling alright. I do not want to be that. I want to be in my feminine energy. I want to be soft spoken. Okay, so we're not doing that anymore. Okay? Number 4, dictating your own feelings. If you meet a couple and you go out to eat with them and you just see the man pulling out the shots, or you see the woman pulling out the shot, just know that one of them is controlling. And read body language before you judge. Actually read body language, because sometimes you just want to impress and feel like, oh, I know something about my partner, but most of the times, 80% of the time, they're very, very controlling. And when you read the body language of the partner, that's when you'll be able to tell what it is. Okay, so it's a very crazy world actually, and I have been with a controlling partner before, very manipulative, very. I don't think it's something I want to talk about, but I just pray that nobody has to experience that kind of a thing again. Like, it's bad. Okay. Number 5, finding your identity outside of the relationship. Before you become we, ask yourself, what of I? Who is I? Who am I? You must be able to find yourself before you enter a relationship. That way, you would be happy outside the relationship. I will say this times without number. You are not entering a relationship to be happy. You are supposed to be happy on your own before you start dating somebody. It's not their work to keep you happy. So please, I will need you to focus on you. Focus on I. Who am I? Ask yourself this question before you focus on we. Get to know yourself. Get to know what you like. Be your own person. Have an identity. Find yourself. What do you like? What do you want to do? Okay? And stick to it before you enter we. So whatever it is, you're bringing yourself, your personality, and everything about you are bringing to the relationship. Okay? Number 6, accepting help. Personally, I don't know how to accept help. I have a problem. When growing up, if something was happening to me, I would rather die than to ask for help. I don't know why it's like that, but it is what it is. I would rather die than ask for help. And when I was like 15, 16, one of my friends was like, Delight, why exactly are you like that? Like, why would you want to die? Why not just ask? And if they don't have, they'll tell you they don't have. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just so difficult to ask. And he started talking to me. And I was like, okay, fine. Like, I will try. If I'm going through anything, I will try and ask. So then I started waiting till I'm almost dead to ask. Like, when I know say it all choke, it all hold me for a neck like this, I won't die. I'll start asking. I would type what I want to type. I'll throw my phone to the other room. I'll run. It's been like a very stressful thing for me. Like, very, very stressful. Okay. It says here, some people are more independent and find difficulty relying on their partner in tough time. I would just like to say the fact that I'm the first daughter add to the reason why I find it difficult to ask for help. Like, I am the support. I bring the support. You get? My mom leans on me, my dad leans on me, my siblings lean on me. So I am the support. But I do not know who is my support. And I don't think I need support. Chike, I just have this mentality that I'm supposed to be strong for everybody. Is it tiring? Yes. Will I do it? Yes. So no matter what I'm going through, yeah, I would always be there for my siblings. I will always be there for my family and for my loved ones. You get, like, once they reach out to me, no matter what I'm going through, I will drop it and make sure that I'm there for them. Like, it is what it is. Okay? The 7th one is asking for space. I don't think we're going to finish the whole 21 because I said I need my episodes to be 30 minutes. And if we cannot finish the 21, then we would have a 3rd episode on it, and I think the 3rd one will be the wrap. Like, that would be the wrap. But then this is 30 minutes and one is 30 minutes. We're free to go. Yeah, so asking for space. Sometimes we just need to be alone. Ooh, that sounds hard. I mean, space. So I say space, I don't see a break. I beg. I don't think I'll ever be comfortable with the idea of being on a break in a relationship. I'm sorry. I don't know how that's going to work, but space is different, yeah? Asking for space may feel to your partner like you are pushing him or her away, even though it's not intentional. Me, like this, I believe so much in space, yeah? And that's why I keep saying that if I get married, I want me and my partner to have different rooms. Like, you have your room, I have my room, so that when I feel like I need to be alone, which I prefer to be 24 hours, I will just go to my room. But majorly we sleep in your room. You get? Like, majorly we sleep in your room. But when I need to be alone, I go to my room. And it's one of the things I say before I start dating somebody. Like, have this at the back of your mind. I need it. Okay? So alone time is perfectly healthy. Like, it's perfectly healthy, and it's a key to maintaining your own identity and solving through your problem. If you are not clear about needing space, your partner might feel neglected or that you are avoiding them. See, even if you are clear, they might still not understand. Like, if you're someone that's so clingy, they might not understand. And if someone that clings to you for happiness, emotional support, they might not understand. They might feel like, okay, they are too much, and you're taking a break from them because they are too much. And honestly, it's a lot. So I don't know how you're going to navigate that one. No. If you know that that's the kind of relationship you are in, you have to find solution for yourself. I'm going to talk about 8-1, and we're going to stop there for this week. Communicating discomfort. Whether your partner tells you a hurtful joke or crosses a physical line, learning to discuss your discomfort clearly would help in setting your boundaries. Let them know that you will not tolerate and plan a course of action if he or she crosses that boundary. Those of you that do not like insults, please, your partner does not like insults. It's a boundary. Respect it, please. Please, if you do something your partner tells you you're not comfortable, please be considerate and, respect their boundaries. It goes far to tell them or to show them how much you actually care and how much they mean to you. That's the right words to use. Phrases like please don't do that, it makes me uncomfortable, or I don't like it when you, example, use that word, or touch me there, use that tone, are clear. If you tell your partner I don't like when you do this, and they get angry or you react in some kind of way, you have to find a way to deal with it. And most of the times, I'm speaking from experience, most of these things have happened to me in a sexual matter. Probably I'm not in the mood, and then they're trying to touch me, and I'm like, please don't touch me, I'm not comfortable. And they begin to feel like I'm rejecting them or something came up, or I don't know. But I did try my best to communicate with them. But they're always like, okay, Delight, you sounded like you were disgusted and you were irritated. And I guess it's something I need to work on again. Because one thing is, I cannot hide my facial expression to save my life or light a lie. Like, I cannot. If I'm feeling something, you will see it on my face boldly. Okay, I think I can just sneak in this one. It says number 9, sharing mutually. It's okay to take things slowly at the beginning of a relationship. Don't feel pressured to share everything upfront or feel you have to share first for your significant other to open up. Vulnerability should be mutual and both partners checking in and creating a safe space for sharing. I spoke to my therapist and she was like, I need to learn how to take things at the level that they're at. Don't jump from level 1 to level 5. And I realized that was something that I was doing. I was jumping. Leave level 1, 2, 3, I'll jump to 5. You need to stop. You need to, if you're level 1, take level 1 slowly. From level 1, you digest 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no need to rush. You get? Do not feel pressure to do anything you don't want to. Do not feel pressure to say anything you don't want to. Take things slowly. Okay, so I think that's where we'll be ending for this week. Yay! I like the fact that I'm leaning towards being consistent this year. Like, New Year resolution going well. I mean, this will be the second episode of the year, and hopefully we'll have another episode next week. So, like I said, I recorded this on the weekend, and I hope you're out there having fun, as you should, while I'm at home watching Gossip Girl and Netflix. I'm just Netflixing and chilling, and jumping from Netflix to Amazon Prime, because you know what it is. But then I'll be fine. That's how I distress. Yes, that's how I distress, because Monday is going to be a working day. Every day is a working day for me. I don't want to even go into details about that, but every day is a working day for me. So be good, be safe, love God, love your family, show love, be kind. If you don't have a partner, God provide. If you don't have money, God provide. Okay, so that's it for this episode. See you next week for the part 3, and that's going to be the final, I promise. Alright, bye. I love you.